Hi everyone, this is me again. As you can see maybe from the pieces, this is not a bridge table, it's a chess table. I played a team match today and I had white on board 8. So actually we are quite a bit outrated on this in this occasion. We were every single board we were about 150 to 200 points lower rated, except maybe one or two in which we were equal. I'm not going to tell you the whole result, but yeah, so our opponents were the leaders as well in the league, and I think we were second or third. Well, let's see what happened. So I had white. I'm gonna stick to my repertoire: d4, knight f6, c4, e6. I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly. Knight f3, d5. This is the queen's gambit accepted. Yeah, so basically the idea is that I can, if I play knight c3, he's gonna play bishop b4 presumably. After knight c3, d5, then white can play this stuff. And if black wants to cover this, d5, e3, bishop f5, then this knight is still on g1, so I can play queen f3. And then this is an endgame that black usually doesn't want to play, although Nigel Short played it, although then Magnus Carlsen proved that this is just wrong, so he beat Kramnik once, maybe like a year ago or so. Very convincingly, but I mean this is not the whole idea, but this is actually why people don't play d5 immediately, but wait until I play knight f3, so the whole line before wouldn't work, and black would be able to just play bishop f5. So let's say so this is how it went, but if I wanted to take and play bishop g5, then I mean it's even hard to see how exactly I'm gonna prevent it, but yeah, this would be the idea, and black is very comfortable here as far as I know, because basically both of his bishops are very, very comfortable. Anyways, let's even get rid of this stuff. It doesn't make too much sense. Yes, and delete. I mean, maybe actually actually what happened here, so bishop g5 is the main line, but bishop f4 is a very common move, and that's my move. So after bishop f4 he played a6, and now all this crap about c takes d5 comes to life, because I just decided this is such a weird move. I mean, I've seen this before, and I still don't know what exactly I'm supposed to play. Probably c5 is the best. c5 is actually a common theme. I just decided to take this. I thought, well, this a6 is such a weird move, I'm just gonna take it. It's kind of a structure I know better, and I don't think my bishop is misplaced on f4, and I don't think a6 is very useful for him, so I thought, yeah, let's just do this. Even if he can come out with his bishop to f5, I thought I have a decent chance of at least getting a good position. I don't know if better than him, but okay. What I was saying is that, yeah, c5 is a common move here, basically with the idea of playing b4, a4, like, yeah, just pushing all my pawns on the queen side, and this bishop here on f4 is much better placed for this kind of queen side play than normally on g5. So this is generally not a good idea in a queen's gambit, whichever version you're playing, to play c5. But this is one of the particular cases in which it's a good idea. But let's go for it. So c takes d5, e takes d5. I played h3 just to allow my bishop to come back if needed, and also just covering g4 in case he wants to do that. So he didn't want to do that. He wanted to castle queen c2, and now he played a very bad move as far as I'm concerned, and he also just admitted after the game. So knight c6, and this knight is totally misplaced, and let's see how I manage to punish him. Yeah, I don't know, let's not try to spoil the end. Knight c6, I played a3. Again, it looks passive, it looks a bit bad, but this knight is actually really bad here. So he what he definitely needs to do at some point is play c6 to cover d5 as well, and also like I'm gonna have some play on the c file regardless of what he does basically, and c6 is one way of kind of stifling it. Yeah, so this pawn belongs on c6 here, and then we're gonna play a long and boring game, and yeah, a3, rook e8, e3. So I have to kind of catch up with in development. This bishop now doesn't have a good square, so this was kind of my idea. Although he could have brought it out, but I mean he actually did bring it out now with this move order, knight e4. So I have various ideas with bishop c7, but they never really work because I haven't castled yet. So I just played bishop d3, bishop f5. So now there's some kind of a problem with my queen, but I just tried to calculate it as accurately as I could, and I thought there's no problem. Bishop f6. So we're just bringing out our pieces peacefully, and now I just decided to go for it in a way. Yeah, I mean not too much, but just play b4. So basically everything is, I mean it's not optimal squares per se, but it's in a nice nice squares. I have castled. I could bring my rooks out, but I'm gonna do it next few moves. Yeah, b4 first, bishop g6. This bishop was kind of loose, so I was thinking already with some kind of tricks. They didn't really work. So b4, bishop g6, b5. So he needs to take, otherwise I take myself, and he will have some issues with the c6 knight. You can see how badly this knight is played. A takes, knight takes, and I mean look at this position. I'm really obviously better here. I have this pressure on c7, right? If the knight moves, I can take, and I have these two open files, right? I can't put. It would be nice to put some kind of arrows and stuff. I guess it's possible, but I should just learn how to do it. Board editor, I don't know exactly, but so this is a very good position. I mean, just in case you're wondering, yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, the computer. Yeah, I had this as well with my sorry, cell phone. That it wasn't that super convinced, but I think it's a very pretty position for me, and not very pleasant for him. So this is one of the ideas of bishop f4, just to pressurize c7 at some point. Knight b5. So he has to cover c7. I think rook c8 is actually more logical. Not sure why he didn't do that. He played rook e7. I just decided, okay, well, I have two open files, so I'm gonna take both of them and just think after. Rook d7, rook a b1, and now bishop e7. And this is a kind of an important moment, so I don't know, if you want to pause the video, like basically after every single move, the next 2 or 3 white moves, you're welcome to do so. I will kind of just carry on explaining. So basically I have this, he's attacking a3, so a3 is kind of my weakness, although he has some obvious problems in development, so all of his pieces are a bit weak or weird. So but yeah, I still need to do something about this a3 pawn. So I just played pretty quickly, which was pretty bad. Yeah, I just played a4 immediately. Actually, it's not a bad move. But after a4, my opponent was very happy to play knight b4. Now, basically, yeah. So he's threatening various stuff, right? So d3 is kind of hanging, and now this whole diagonal is a problem. So this is why a4 is actually not a great move. Knight b4. But I had a very simple solution here, and I mean I'm this big exchange sack guy, so actually rook b4 is a very good move here. Very good in the sense not that I'm saving myself. I'm a lot better here. So bishop c7, queen somewhere, and I mean look at this, right? So I mean all of my pieces are great here. So literally all of them, no exception. And yeah, it's exaggerated to say that all of his pieces are bad, but yeah, they're pretty bad. And I mean, I can. It's not easy to play, I think, for white, but I mean, or black, but because it's kind of this weird unbalance. He is attacking f2, so there is all kinds of stuff going on, but it's plain to see that white is pressing here. So I mean, white is more active here and has more prospects, I think. So I mean, I don't know. I was thinking, yeah, bishop here. Nah. Okay. Oh yeah, he's trying to attack f2. Oh yeah, and now queen b3. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is actually not, as far as I could tell then, and I can tell now, is that it's not like a very forcing variation anymore. It's just simply I gave the exchange for a pawn, but I have simply better pieces. Like although this is a bit complicated, so it's not. I just thought I don't want to play this. I didn't play this. Although actually this is why this rook takes b4 is why the computer likes a4. So actually a4 is the main reason. So after bishop e7, a4 was the best move, unbeknownst to me, more or less. I did play it, but I was a bit more like very relaxed at that point. But yeah, let's stop the computer. A4 is knight b4 is not what I played, but I played. Knight b4 is what he played, but I didn't take the knight, even though I was thinking about it. But after a while, I thought, wait a second, isn't this good? Bishop c7, and I calculated a few lines, but I just made a mistake here, basically. So he took, I took, and now he just took this bishop, and this is already good for him. Now. Queen c7. I was thinking he has to take, and then I thought, oh wait a second, I'm actually attacking the bishop, and so it should be okay. That's also debatable because he's attacking f2 after a while, and he has discoveries against my knight. So everything is much more complicated here. You can see how active he is here compared to the other position. Sorry, not this position, but this position. Yeah. So now actually what the computer wanted to play, I think, is exchanging the queens, but I thought, you know what, I'm really sick of these knights. I don't want to see these knights. 2 knights in my position is too much. I can't handle that, so I just decided to give the exchange here. So at the moment he had 2 pieces for rook and 2 pawns, but sorry, for 1 pawn, but I just decided to give another exchange, and now he has a full piece up for 2 pawns, but I have still kind of have active pieces, at least these 3, and this knight has also some prospects on e5. So I thought, yeah, at least it's interesting, although I wasn't very convinced of any of this. So I just missed that he doesn't have to take my queen, which, I mean, it's a pretty stupid miss. I mean, I will give you that. It's a pretty basic thing. He can just take my bishop here. But okay. Let's see what happened. Rook c1. This is not that bad yet, actually. So I'm threatening rook c8 if he moves away with the rook. So he came here. I mean, there's various stuff that I could have played, but I just came to a6, covering c8. So intending maybe like knight a7 and bringing something to c8. Probably the rook or whatever. Queen a6, f6. Bishop. So he's keeping out my knight from e5. It's probably a good move. I came here. He came back. Knight f5. It's pretty active now, right? So all my pieces are pretty active, except that I have 1 less piece, right? So knight f5. Bishop back. Now I just decided to like d6. He's covering d6 too many times. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I want to come to d6. I just decided to kick away the knight. Any kind of Zwischenzug, yeah, I mean it can work, but he didn't do it. So knight d2, and now I had a long think, and I decided that the following move is good. So basically, he wants to come to c4, right? So my rook, it's kind of now or never for my rook. So I played rook c7, and he took my knight. I knew this was coming actually, so this wasn't a blunder. The blunder is coming in a second, don't worry about that, but it wasn't a blunder because I have this move, rook c8, and now suppose he does something, I don't know, some kind of a counter Zwischenzug. I can just take the queen. And if he takes my queen, this is mate in 2. Mate in 3, technically. So that's not good. So he can't do that. If he can't do that, then he is in some kind of a trouble, at least for now. Rook c8. So he played this move. And now, if you want to pause the video for a second, what do you do here with white? So, as far as I can see, you have two options. So 2 legal moves. I mean, queen f1 is technically a legal move, but you probably don't want to play queen f1. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't know if you pause the video or not. I played king h2, and this is like totally losing now. So, king h2 is really bad. Yeah. So he can play queen d7, even queen d7. He didn't even do this. He actually played this one, knight f1 check. After which I could take. He took, I took, and now he's still a piece up with the 2 bishops and the queen. It's tough. Yeah, it's very tough. This is the main line actually. I will. Maybe, I mean, I still have about almost 20 moves after this, but this is just lost. I mean, I don't know what exactly I did, but it doesn't matter. So this is basically the end of the game. I mean, he has this knight is also kind of unstable, and yeah, I couldn't really find anything. Let's go for king f2. So I thought, wait a second, king f2, isn't this good for me? Sorry, isn't this bad for me, I thought, because of rook f1. So let's just get this out of the way. I mean, I just play king e2 and it's just gone. Like, I just have the same exact threat. He's out of checks. So this was what I thought I have to avoid, but I don't know why. Like, I just saw ghosts. I mean, I don't know. I will not go into like my physical health or whatever. Like, oh, I didn't. I don't know if I was out of shape or whatever. This is all just bullshit. Like, let's just say that. Yeah, I mean, I have to see this, that king e2 wins, even if I'm in a coma. Like, I just have to see this. But let's just ignore all this. Like, oh, I'm so bad at chess or whatever, and let's just try to see what else he can do. So queen d7, queen a8, and now, so in the previous version, queen d7, queen e8 is bishop e8, because if I take, then queen c7 check. Yeah, this is the main reason, basically, like the queen c7 check variation, where now I'm in a lot of trouble. So, and actually the king on f2 is more safe from this. So basically queen a8, and now bishop e8 is just nonsense. So because he has no check with the queen, and Queen 8. If he just plays H5, then I'm winning one of the pieces back. So he was 2 pieces up. Now actually I don't know what happens if I start to chase him around. I guess nothing, because my queen is kind of offside now. Yeah, it's kind of a weird position. I mean, I would have been very happy to play this, and my opponent would have been unhappy to play this, because I mean, you generally don't want your king on g5, so there. But king g5, yeah. So apparently the computer just rates this as a draw. It finds some kind of draw. g4 he wants to play. Okay. Yeah, queen b7 is a bit boring, but okay, let's go for it. Can I just take or what? No, apparently not. Sorry. Oh yeah, this way I'm winning like a pawn as well. Okay. So apparently I'm active enough here, and I have 3 pawns after all. So I have quite a bit of compensation here for a piece. And I don't know why exactly it would be exactly a draw, but okay. So this is what I could have played. I didn't do that. After queen b1, yeah, I can show you a few more moves, but g6, bishop knight back, bishop pinning the knight, so I have to play f4 now, or the next move. f4, he played g5. I went back with the knight because I just couldn't help myself. Bishop f8. g4 I played. This is a bit of a hard sell, I guess, but because my king becomes very weak. But if I don't do that, then this knight doesn't make too much sense. I mean, he's gonna play bishop g6 at some point, right? g4, bishop g6, queen b5. Yeah, this is dropping a pawn. I thought I wasn't doing it, but so basically here I thought I can take this, but then he just has bishop e6. So if I can't do that, then his queen is now strong, and yeah, I mean, this was just pointless. And now he just exchanged queens, and it's very easy for him to win. So my pawn can be just stopped in the nick of time, and there's not much to play here for. Okay, if I came so far, I can just show you the last few moves. King f2, king f7, king here, f5, d5, bishop a7 check, king f4, king f6, h4, h6, and I just resigned. So it's a sad state of affairs. Basically, I had a very good position here. I think, even though the computer only finds 0.4, I think it was better than that, you know, in practical terms. And here I should have gone for this exchange sack, even though it looks a bit like it's not super obvious that it's enough for the exchange. But I mean, I definitely felt like it's interesting, but I thought I calculated that other line better. Which, I mean, I actually had this feeling maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, I'm gonna try it. So, which is okay, except yeah, you can just do. I think this is just a much safer option, actually. I don't know, like everything comes with tempo, and then I know this is like kind of a high level whatever, but yeah, I mean, even if I don't do this exact thing, I think it's fair to say that I have interesting play for the exchange. and it's hard for him. It's just, you know, generally hard for him to figure out how exactly he's gonna untangle. Now, can't I just take this pawn? Maybe not, but why not? Knight f2. Okay, I don't know. This is why this position is not so easy to play. Knight f2. Okay, I don't know what. Knight f2. Bishop g6. Let's just stop it here. These are very interesting lines, actually. I'm pretty sure there's a knight g6, hg6. What the heck is going on here? Yeah, e3 is unprotected. Okay, I'm this looks very scary for both colors. But okay, bishop c7, major mistake. But the really bad mistake was this king f2. I had this choice and I went for the minus 9.4. And I mean, it's one thing if I miss some very subtle thing, but actually I just missed that I just play king e2 and then it's gone. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, actually, it's so funny. I mean, it's so many times you have to think like, okay, can I get out of checks here? Can I get out of checks here? Am I okay here? Am I safe? It's such a routine calculation. Like, it's not some crazy, oh my god, he's gonna checkmate me. Actually, the only place where he can checkmate me is on h2. So this check. I mean, I could just go back, but then, I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. The main point is that I am happy with the way I played in certain spots, but this is the, you know, this is the nature of chess, that you can't just be happy with, you know, like 80% of your moves and just play totally random crap on the rest of the 20%. That will never ever work. I mean, you have positions in which you can play kind of random moves, like reasonable, imprecise moves. But usually, you know, 80% of the job done is just a loss. I mean, yeah, 80% is not bad, is not good, and playing two bad moves like this, like bishop c7, you know, I mean, I have some kind of sympathy for it, because maybe it's, yeah, I don't know, but you know, I mean, during the game I thought, okay, look, there's gonna be so many different ways this can go down. Like, there's so many different move orders, and he has this diagonal here and that diagonal there, and it would have been just much easier to give the exchange. Probably ultimately, and my opponent agreed, that probably at some point he's gonna just give it back, because this rook is gonna be somehow stuck, or something will be somewhere, and the only counterplay he has is against f2. So I don't think it's really enough for him, so to speak, even though I'm the one who's technically material down. Well, anyway, it was an interesting game. 80% is not enough. Yeah, in bridge 80% is awesome, but yeah. Even, yeah, so this is the interesting thing. So even if you, let's say, you just pay attention at 80% of the boards, of course, like at high level that would be terrible, but low level you can often get away with it, because even in the 20% of the boards that you play bad, even assuming your opponents don't just give back your blunder, sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. So sometimes, I mean, you forget about the 4-1 break, you know, 68% of the time you don't get punished for it, simply. So this is a major difference between the two. So that's definitely things to think about, yes, but I mean, mostly it was just two really bad moves, especially king h2. I really don't like it. King h2, really bad, and it's bad for two different reasons. So I could have been punished in two different ways, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's. I also have to think, even my autopilot was off there, because king h2 somehow felt like the more safe square for me, even though it was just the opposite. So the king on f2 is more safe, because the queen can't come in. So that's also something I need to think about. But yeah, I have my Yusupov diet, and I think at some point it will start kicking in. Well, clearly not yet. Well, thanks for watching. I see I'm up to 30 minutes, so that's a very good place to stop. Goodbye.